of Manhattan and brought to you by delicious Heinekens. Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby. Jalen Rose, the Lakers are always in the news, and now they've added LeBron James, so they're always in the Jalen and Jacoby rundown. The latest is this. Frank Vogel has LeBron James, you'll never believe this, playing point guard, Jalen. He's playing point guard. Let's listen to some sound.
It doesn't matter to me. I'll do whatever it takes for us to win. So it doesn't matter. I'm a ball player. I'm not a point guard. I'm not a shooting guard, a small forward, power forward, or center. I'm just a ball player. You put me on the floor, and I can make things happen with whoever's on the floor. So, I'm just looking forward to opportunities to getting out there with my teammates. It's exciting. It's fun.
Jalen, I need you to do something. I need you to do something. I need you to end this. The people in the media and casual fans are saying LeBron James is a point guard. Can you explain to those that are watching or listening what exactly is happening with LeBron James?
First and foremost, LeBron did something right there that was pure genius. You know all of those visuals back in the day where you could see his hairline wasn't 110% A+ the way he likes it? Mm-hmm. So now, when it's not touched up on a normal day at practice, he's just gonna wear a do-rag. What a genius move. He not gonna give us those visuals, even though we know they exist. Back to your question. Let's rewind multimedia circa 2010. There was one person that consistently talked about the NBA and all levels of basketball being virtually positionless. Okay, I was introduced to this by my high school coach, Perry Watson, because he always talked to me about a 6'11" power forward at one point was a 6'1" point guard. So what does that mean? Regardless of your size, you should be working on all of your skills. And usually when you want to define somebody by their position, it's not really offensively, it's defensively.
Thank you, Jalen Rose.
For those that say LeBron is playing point guard, when Dame Lillard and Steph Curry come into town, he's not going to be checking them.
No.
Okay, he's the primary ball handler. He's going to initiate offense. He's one of the only guys in the history of the league that got a chance to be amongst the league top 5 in points and in assists. He's LeBron James. You want the basketball in his hand. Positions are irrelevant.
I don't want anyone to say LeBron James is a point guard because, like you said, of course LeBron James is going to have the ball in his hands. Not just because what he can do with the ball, but what he does with his mind, and the way he scouts for teams, and the way that he thinks the game. You want the ball in his hands. But here's the thing. Don't tell me he's a point guard if he's not covering point guards. Do not tell me someone is a point guard if they're not covering point guards. It's just that simple. Your position is who you cover, not necessarily what you do on the offensive end. Oh, I got fired up about that.
As somebody that played multiple positions in the league, Jacoby, that was a distinction that I made time and time again, depending on the team I was on. And usually that was defined by who was the shooting guard. And so if I was the tallest person in the backcourt, usually that called for me to not only guard the shooting guard in theory, but it also led for them to guard me. I like being in a position to where I had somebody beside me that was like 6'5" or so that now they could guard their position, I could guard my position.
Exactly. Jalen Rose, we have an update on the Korean Gulf controversy. We all remember Bio Kim was in the lead by 1 stroke on the 16th hole. He was at the tee. Someone's camera phone made a camera sound, and he then gave that fan a 1-finger salute. He was banned for 3 years. This seems unfair to me. It seems unfair to you. It also seems unfair to Kevin Na's caddy, who was wearing a hat that said Free Bio Kim on it. Big shout to Kevin Na's caddy joining the Free Bio Kim movement. Now, here's the thing that perplexes me the most of all of this. I think this is an unfair punishment. You think this is an unfair punishment. Obviously, Kevin Na's caddy thinks it's an unfair punishment, but Kevin Na himself is not fighting the 3-year suspension. Why do you think Bio Kim is not fighting it. Why do you think Bio Kim is not fighting this 3-year suspension?
Just like I said with Stephon Diggs, he's allowing everybody else to fight it for him. And so he's a professional. He doesn't necessarily want that to be something that he continues to discuss because now that conversation lends to people feeling like, who don't agree with us like he's whining about it. And so you allow other people to fight that battle for you. But what I will say this, like with Vontaze Burfict, in this cancel culture that we now live in, I'm always cautious about trying to take somebody's livelihood away from them. 3 years not being able to play the sport that pays your bills is something, to me, you have to do a lot more than flipping off a fan.
Here's the thing. I never knew who Biokim was before this controversy, and now I'm riding for Biokim. I didn't even know who he was. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know who Biokim was, but now I'm just like, this is my favorite golfer. I want him back on the course. This is an injustice. I will fight for you, Biokim, someone who I did not know about.
And I
3 days ago.
cannot front. I love his name. Biokim, that's a dope name.
Yo, he sounds like he's got bars. Like MC Biokim. Biokim sounds like he's got bars. Shout out to Biokim. It is now time for some news that matters. Cardi B is not just one of the best rappers, she's also a great follow on social. She's got no filter whatsoever. She will say whatever, whenever, and she was on Instagram just chatting, Instagram Live, just sharing with her fans, and she shared this information. The name of her new album. It's going to be Tiger Woods, and she went on to explain that it's Tiger Woods because remember when everyone was talking trash about Tiger Woods and then he went and won that green jacket? That's what I'm gonna be. That's what I'm gonna name my new album. Jalen, I have 2 questions. Number 1, what do you think about the name Tiger Woods for Cardi B's album? Number 2, do you think Tiger Woods listens to Cardi B or even knows who Cardi B is?
I like the approach. I like the mentality. I actually saw her on Ellen DeGeneres with Chance the Rapper and T.I. talking about this. And for a guy like Tiger Woods, who accomplished so very much earlier in his career to the point where he had 14 majors, and everybody just assumed it was going to be a foregone conclusion that he passed Jack, then he hit some personal turbulence, he dealt with some injuries, and then he did have a heroic comeback to win the green jacket. But to me, Cardi is not poised for a comeback because she never fell off.
She's already hot.
And yes, I believe Tiger Woods has to know who Cardi B is. If he has a phone, if he has a television, if he's ever heard of the word internet, you must know who Cardi B is.
The best thing about this topic is the revelation that Jalen Rose watches Ellen. Shout to you. I want to come over to the house and watch Ellen with you. Let's get on the couch, get some popcorn, and just check in on one of my favorite shows. Shout out to Ellen DeGeneres, one of my favorites. Jalen, James Harden did it again, and I love it. The one-legged 3 is back, and we'll show it to you after this.